Good evening, my viewer, wherever you're watching me from. How are you doing this evening? Hope you're doing very great. Today on our live video, I will be sharing with you what they never tell you about marriage. Most times people get into marriage with the anticipation that it's a place where it's all fun, it's all enjoyment, there's no ups and downs. Things are great in marriage. Almost everyone has that picture in their minds. But in reality, that is not the case. In reality, my valued viewer, that is not the case. In marriage, there are very many ups and downs. And if you don't know this fact, you will be going around saying that I got married, or my marriage is the worst marriage, that I wish I did not get married. You start getting a lot of regrets about marriage. First things first, marriage is the only institution without a certificate. Most times, hi Noreen Sarai, thank you for joining me this evening. You're most welcome. Kindly remember to like this video, and I will really appreciate. First things first, marriage is the only institution that you don't get a certificate before the exam. Most times, we usually get exams, or you go through a process before you get a certificate. But marriage, I can tell you for a fact, is a very different institution, whereby when you're getting married, you get your certificate before you even start experiencing what marriage is actually about. So that means that the secrets of marriage are hidden from us. Because if they wait for you to experience marriage, most people will not get certificate. Most people will not be having that marriage certificate that they have right now. Thank you, Melissa. She's saying marriage is an institution, that it's a union instituted by God. This is very true. Thank you for your sentiments, Melissa. We appreciate you this evening. So as I said, if we would be given certificates before marriage, most of us, or almost everybody, would not be having that certificate. Why? Because the joys, the downs, the ups in marriage are hidden before ordinary men. You only get to experience it when you are in it. There was somewhere that I read somebody saying, when you are in marriage, people who are in marriage want to get out because they have faced their reality. But those who are outside marriage, those who are not married yet, they wish to come into marriage. So it doesn't balance. It's an institution that does not balance. When you're in, most people feel like opting out. But when you're out, you feel that you want to be in. That is the reality of marriage. Let me tell you, marriage is work in progress. Just like you work on your professional career, you also need to work on marriage. And as we said, God needs to be the center of your marriage. This is the reality. Marriage is not stagnant. It's work in progress. Challenges come in, and joys come in every other day. And you have to work on your marriage just like you go back to school. I know most of us would wish to progress in our career. You wish to progress in your academic life, but we tend to forget that also marriage is work in progress, and you have to work on your marriage. You cannot just fold your arms and say things are going to work. You cannot go sleeping on your marriage saying it will work out. I have faith that this marriage is going to work out, and you are not putting in the work. As a partner in marriage, if you have agreed to get married, you have to work on your marriage. You have to put in the work. If there's something that you should be able to do so that your marriage can be able to improve, so that you can be able to be compatible with your partner, please do that. Don't assume that things will work out perfectly. Nothing works out without you putting work in it. And as I said, God has to be the center of marriage. You have to lay the foundation of your marriage with God. The day that you say, I do, in that altar, in that church, in that garden, in that civil wedding, please let God be the foundation of your marriage. If you learn this should be the basis, because with God, you can be able to go through a lot of things, and God will be the center of that marriage, reminding you that this is a marriage that you said, yes, I do, and you have to work tirelessly for that marriage. So let God be the center of your marriage, and let your marriage be work in progress. Make sure that you spice your marriage. I know as years go by, you get used to each other, you start seeing each other as friends. You don't value your partner anymore because now you've stayed with your partner for 5+ years. Others have been married for even 20 years. And you tend to take your partner for granted. But let me tell you, my valued viewer, you have to make your marriage, if you want, because it's a choice, if you want to make your marriage work, please put the work in your marriage. Don't get tired, because this is an institution that God ordained. It means that it's an ordained partnership, it's an ordained union. And if you put in the work, you become positive in marriage. I know outside here, there's a lot of negative information flying around that marriage is not an institution for anyone to go to, that I prefer being a single woman, that I prefer being on my own. Why should someone stress me in marriage? But let me tell you, my valued viewer, marriage is ordained by God. And so you're not in the wrong place, but you are in the right place. The next thing, please remember to hit the like button so that you can be able to promote this live video. Communication in marriage is very important. There's a stage in marriage that partners might find it very difficult to even communicate with each other. Everyone wants to be at the top of the game. Nobody wants to listen to the other party. Everyone wants to be the correct person. That what I say is the truth and nothing else. You have to learn to cultivate communication in marriage. You should be able to learn how to communicate with your partner. Your partner will never be like you. Your partner will never be on the same page with you. You cannot say, you have to understand me by force. You have to learn to compromise in marriage. Because people are from different backgrounds, people are from different homes, people were raised people were raised differently in different homes, and you just met when you are adults. And that means that people have grown in different backgrounds. Maybe the way their parents communicated with each other is not the way you learned communication from your parents. The way they learned communication when they were growing up is not the same way that you learned communication when you are growing up. So this means that you have to compromise. Because if you don't compromise, you will never agree with each other. You'll be in constant fights. You will never make progress, because in marriage, it's a partnership. And you have to be in agreement. In the Bible, there's a verse which says, unless two people are in agreement, they can never be able to work together. So If you and your partner cannot even communicate basics, someone says, how was your day? The other person responds, you've never asked me about my day ever. Kwani, what has changed today? Thank you, Leonard Kipkeo, for your comment. He says the most eminent topic in today's marriage. Thank you for joining me. Whitey Prince is saying hello, Whitey Prince. As we were saying, when you are getting into this institution called marriage, please put it at the top of your mind that you can't change your spouse. So let it go. Don't go into marriage saying, clearly when you are dating this person, you saw some small things here that you don't like about this person. But you tell yourself, no, when we get into marriage, I'm going to change this person. I know the cards to pull when I'm in marriage. And with this, I'm going to change him. Let me tell you, marriage, when you're dating, the small things that you saw in this person, these things are going to amplify in marriage. If you cannot be able to accommodate these things, if there's a behavior that this person was showing when you are dating, don't think that this thing is going to change automatically. That I know the cards I'm going to pull, I know the strategies that I'm going to bring into my marriage so that I can be able to change this person. If you have tried to tell someone when you're dating that I don't like this behavior, and they keep repeating it, my sister and my brother, this person is not going to change even in marriage. But the shocking thing in marriage is that these things are going to amplify. You're going to see the real person. The small behaviors he was trying to hide while you people were dating are going to show, they are going to glare on your face when you're in marriage. So if you know that this behavior that this person is showing you right now, you cannot be able to, you're not going to live with it, please don't get married to that person. There's no need for you to regret. 2 years down the line, when life becomes unbearable, please, if you can be able to run out of it before you get in, it's better a broken relationship than a broken marriage. You know, when you get married to a person, very many people are involved in this marriage. But in a relationship, it's just between person A and person B. But marriage involves a lot of dynamics. It's not only you or your partner, but now family is involved. The man of God is involved. Your neighbors are involved. Your brothers and sisters are involved. So if you feel that you cannot be able to live with this person when you're dating, don't force yourself. Don't say, oh, I am a lady, I'm getting to 30 and I'll reach menopause very soon and have to rush marriage. Marriage is not an institution that you rush into. Marriage is not a platform that you rush into. You have to really be strategic. You have to look ahead 5 years down the line. With the way this person is behaving now, will I be able to stay in a relationship with this person? If no, don't waste resources. Don't call people in a gathering to witness your wedding. And then after that, you go telling your parents, I cannot work on this. I know sometimes some things happen in marriage that you did not plan for these things to happen. Though those are not the things that I'm talking about. Maybe in marriage, someone was pretending, but then 3 years down the line, they start giving you hot slaps. It started by they were pinch. Imagine an adult pinching another adult. How do you get the audacity? Where do you get the energy to pinch another adult, a person with an ID? You allow somebody to start friendly, what do we call mistreatment? What do we call marriage violence in marriage? You know, it starts small. You do a mistake and someone pinches you. You have an ID and this other person B has an ID. You have the audacity to even pinch that person. And you will let it slide. You say, maybe this is just a small thing. It grows to next time, maybe you delayed even giving this person breakfast and they give you just a small slap. You forgive this person and you say, maybe you start blaming yourself. You blame yourself for another person's shortcomings. You say, if I had prepared tea in time, I would not get this little slap from my partner. And these things grow from one level to another. The violence grows from one level to another. These things your partner did not show you when you were dating, but now in marriage, this is becoming your reality. Please, if someone has turned violent, there's some things that you can let slide. But things like violence in marriage, you should not allow that to happen, because a person beating an adult, even slight pushing, you have to stop it immediately, or if you allow it to lay roots in your marriage, one day one of your tooth will be removed and you'll be telling your parents, nimetolewa meno, nimeenda kwa daktari, nimetolewa meno. You come to the office with a black eye. When people ask you, Priscah, what's wrong with your eyes? You're having a good face yesterday. Your face is swollen. You start giving excuses. I was knocked in a matatu. You start giving excuses upon excuses for this person. And this person will eventually make you lose your life, or worse. The worst is you losing your life, or even you losing your body parts. Those are the things I'm saying, don't let it grow in your marriage. There are some things that you can be able to let slide, but violence in marriage, there are some things, maybe we'll speak about the things that you should never allow in your marriage, and that is one of them. Another thing is all the small issues, arguments, misunderstandings, all the positives will be amplified in marriage. That I've said before now. Every small things that you see right now, when you get into marriage, those things are going to be amplified in marriage. Please remember to like this video. Leave a comment down there. I'll really appreciate. I will appreciate if you like and leave a comment on this live video today. So all the small things that you see now, if you're not yet married, they will amplify in marriage. There's no one like your spouse, so please don't compare them with anyone else. Most in marriages, we tend to compare our spouses with people maybe we were dating in life, the people we see in the office, our friends, and because of not understanding the institution of marriage, you are quick every time to compare your partner with somebody else. Let me tell you the reality of life. If you are given 10 hours or even 4 hours with a person that you think is better than your spouse, you will say, my brothers and my sisters, give me back my spouse. I can't deal with this. Those people that you are comparing with your spouse, of course, they will have to appear perfect in your eyes, especially when they know the weakness of your spouse. If you go around exposing your spouse saying, oh, it doesn't do this, is this, then the weaknesses of your spouse, there are people who don't know how to zip it. They don't know, to zip. You can't be exposing the weakness of your partner to every Fatuma, Joy, and everyone. If you go around saying my partner is this, my partner is not doing this for me, my partner is bad, I wish I did not get married to this partner, I'm telling you, the people close to you will try to be the perfect version of what your partner is not doing for you. And if you're given 10 minutes with this person that you think is perfect, you will say, back to sender. You will say, back to sender. Bring back my spouse. Sorry for that short commercial break. As I was saying, there's no one else like your partner. You should never compare your partner to somebody else. And I said, if you're given that person even for 5 seconds, the person, there's a lot of background noise. Okay, let's move to the next one. There are seasons in marriage. Some are good and some are bad. But you have to make a goal that we, as partners in marriage, we are going to make it. The reality in marriage is that there are seasons. And seasons like the weather. There's winter, there's summer, there's, I think, wherever, autumn, wherever, and then there's spring. Even in marriage, there are seasons in marriage. In marriage, there are times that you and your partner will be very happy about each other. Then there are seasons in marriage that you will not even be talking to each other. There are seasons in marriage that there are very many challenges. There are seasons in marriage that things are very okay. And for you who is in this institution of marriage, you have to understand that seasons in marriage come and go. So don't be the kind of partner when things are good in marriage, you say, I am game. Thank God I got married to this person. My partner is very good. Thank you, God, for connecting me to my partner. But then when the coin is flipped and some harsh realities come in life, the downsides of marriage, the things that you don't want to go through when they come into your marriage, you don't want to stick with this person. You want the easiest route out of this marriage. You don't want to go through all the phases of marriage. Let me tell you, wow, the reality of marriage is that it's a season. And all these seasons, if you have accepted to be in marriage, you have to go through all these seasons. Please leave a comment so that I know that you are in this life with me. For better, you remember when you're getting married, all types of marriages, I'm sure this line has to be said in marriage. For better or for worse. I'm sure you said this when you were getting married. For better or for worse will get tested in marriage. Every marriage has a struggle at some point. Some struggles are worse than others. These struggles will either ruin or build your marriage. Don't be fooled, or don't think in your mind that when you're standing there in front of people in the altar and you're saying, for better or for worse, for, I don't know for what, for riches and for poorer, you think you're just saying it for the sake of saying your vows. Let me tell you, these things are going to get tested in marriage. In marriage, sometimes you have nothing completely. In marriages, sometimes you have everything. And this is the institution, or this is the point that your marriage will be tested. for better or for worse, will be tested in your marriage. And this is the time that your marriage will either progress to the next stage because everything is a stage, or your marriage will break. So make a choice. Are challenges in marriage going to build your marriage, or they are going to break your marriage? Let's move on to the next. Don't sweat the small stuff. Most in marriage, there are little misunderstandings in marriage. Please don't sweat the small stuff. Preserve your energy for bigger things that are here, that will come in your marriage. Don't waste your energy saying that I left my socks over here. Where are my socks? And you start an argument just because your socks is lost. Another thing, you're supposed to go somewhere. And of course, because maybe someone else is held up, they're doing this or that, or you planned to meet with your spouse in a certain place, and then someone gets late, because there are dynamics in life. And because you are fond of picking small things, small misunderstandings, your marriage will really go through a lot. You will suffer in marriage. So please, my valued viewer, don't sweat the small things. As I said, there are some things in marriage that will let them slide. Let's conserve our energy for the bigger things which will face us in marriage. Don't sweat your energy on small things. If you see somebody, maybe there's a particular way you've arranged something in your home, and you find your spouse maybe has moved that thing a little. How much energy is going to make you to just make that thing better, instead of you raising an argument from a very small thing? Let's not waste our energy on small stuff. Let's be people who see the bigger picture in marriage. Let people with little understanding in marriage sweat the small things. You are not the same person you were when you were married. Is that true, my valued viewer? You are not the same person you got married. The same person that you, like me when I was married, I'm not the same person I was back then. Of course, their lives has changed me. There are some challenges that have come into my life. There are successes that have come into my life. I'm no longer the same person. Give your partner a chance to evolve, change, and grow. In marriage, you should be able to let your partner evolve the same way you're evolving in marriage. Please remember to like this video. I will appreciate. The same way you're evolving in marriage, the same way you're growing in marriage, the same way you're improving yourself in marriage, the same way you are unlearning things in marriage, allow your partner to evolve. Allow your partner to grow. Allow your partner to explore other things, even in marriage. Don't be the kind of a partner that maybe when you met your partner, they were fit, but now in marriage, they have started getting a kitambi, a small kitambi. Your partner now wants to go to the gym to stay fit. You start raising arguments that, oh, nowadays, umeanza kwenda gym. Na kitambo, you are not going to the gym. Things that doesn't make sense. Your partner has to evolve in marriage. Your partner tells you, now, I feel like I want to upgrade my academic credentials. I need to go back to school. But because you want to be very stable in marriage, you do want to let your partner to grow. You should not be happy that the same way you met your partner 10 years ago, he is the same man you met or the same woman you met 10 years ago. Ensure that in your marriage there is a value addition. If you met each other with a Form 4 certificate, please ensure that after marriage, at least someone has a degree. There's a growth, there's a evolution, there's change, even change of mindset, change of even communication. It's good to stay with a person who continuously wants to improve themselves. If you stay with a person who, when you want to change yourself, they see sinister motives in everything, run before you get married, because you will stagnate. Somebody who does not allow you as a person to grow in marriage, a person when you tell them you want to go back to school, they think you want to start another, you can finish that for yourself. Don't allow yourself to get married to that person, because in marriage you're going to suffer. The same way that person married you is the same way that you'll remain. Miaka nenda, miaka rudi. And there's nothing you're going to tell this person. There's no way that you're going to convince this person. So allow your partner to evolve. Have an open mind. Allow them to grow. Allow them to improve themselves. If they want to go to school, let them go. If they want to open an online business, don't say, my wife cannot do online business. Allow them to do, as long as it's legit, as long as they're not doing anything which is illegal. Allow people to grow. Allow people to expand their financial streams. Allow people to be the best they can be. Allow your partner to discover the talents that God put in them. Don't be that person who says, you're good as you are. I like you as an housewife or a housewife. I don't want my wife to be working. What? So how will they practice what they learned in school if you want them to remain as a housewife? I can't allow my wife to work. From the way I'm seeing things in the office, I can never allow my wife to work. That is not the way to consolidate your marriage. Allow your partner to grow. Ego and pride will finish your marriage. I don't know how I'll put this better. People full of pride and ego, I can never say sorry to a woman. I can never apologize to a man. My parents took me to school the same way your parents took you to school. Now imagine if these are two married people and there's something that has gone, there's a conflict in the marriage, or clearly one of the partners has wronged the other partner, and you have this kind of pride. Pride comes, the person who coined the saying that pride comes before a fall, this person studied a lot of things and they know what they are saying. The person who coined that thing, that pride, underline the word pride. If you go into marriage with pride, let me tell you, don't even think of marriage. Let me tell you, because I have been there and I know it. If you're full of pride that I can't apologize to my partner, I can't request for something from my partner, you have your money, I have my money, there's nothing you're going to tell me. If you have that mentality in life, please, I beg, don't go into marriage, because you will see fire. If you're not the kind of partner who wills to even apologize, because nobody is perfect. If you think that you're perfect, you're lying to yourself. There's no one that is perfect in marriage, and sometimes we offend our partners. If you learn to say, I'm sorry, will your name change from Jane to Agatha? If you apologize for a mistake that you did to your partner, and your name is Joy, or your name is Dorcas, I'm using the people who are close to me, If you apologize to your partner and to say, my name is John, will your name change from John to Kamau? It will not change. Learn to humble yourself in marriage. Learn to apologize. Learn to say sorry. Learn to say thank you. Staying with someone for a long time, you get so used to this person until you take this person for granted. They buy you something small, instead of saying, thank you for buying me this thing. I'm checking my microphone so that I'm sure it's not off. I'm not talking to myself. So you will see me, I keep checking my mic. I don't know how I should put it. I think that is better. Yes, I can see it clearly. Learn to be saying thank you in marriage, even for the small things. Maybe there's something you've really wanted for a long time and your partner got it for you. Learn to say thank you. This is going to make your marriage stronger than it was before. Say sorry. Apologize for the things that you did. Don't be so proud. Humble yourself, and you're going to see growth in your marriage. Marriage should be enjoyed and not endured. Marriage is not a death sentence. Don't stay too long where you're not loved. My valued viewer, marriage is not a death sentence. It doesn't mean when you are in marriage, you should endure things that you are not supposed to be enduring. If you realize that in your marriage, nobody cares about you, nobody appreciates you in marriage, don't endure marriage. There are some things that you can be able to endure, as we have seen previously, but there are things that you should not endure in marriage. So don't stay in a marriage or don't stay in a union that somebody is enduring you. Clearly, this person has told you more than times you can't even count. Na kuvumilia tu. Hope all my viewers can hear Swahili. If you're in a marriage and someone clearly tells you, niko tu na wewe kwa hii marriage na kuvumilia tu, like I'm enduring you, don't allow that. Don't allow that. Stay in a marriage that you're loved, somebody cares for you, even if things come in the marriage, not the person, your partner does not say, you are the cause of this, you are the cause. There's collective responsibility for the marriage. Stay in a union that you feel that you are loved and someone cares for you. Let me see what I've not said. When you get married, this you should be knowing by now. There is that part of you inheriting the family of your partner. In marriage, you are joining your spouse's family, and this can bring in positive or challenging aspects of marriage. So you should be ready, because when you get married, you're not only getting married to this man. In essence, also getting married to his family. It might not sound true, but it's very true. And so you should be able to find a way of even getting in a good relationship with the other members of your partner's family. Some aspects of inherited family can be positive and others can be challenging. But because you have agreed to get married to this person, you should be able to go through all these things as a unity or as a team. Both sides of family have people, and so as a union, you should be able to be in agreement of how to handle your inherited family. There is no perfect partner. If someone lied to you that the partner you're going to get married to is perfect, tell them you lie. There's no perfect partner in marriage. If you have this idea in your mind that you will marry a perfect partner, you are in for a shock. And you are not being real to yourself. Marriage is a partnership with real people. You know, when people are dating, people have this notion in their minds that I'm getting married to a perfect partner. I'm getting married to Prince Charming. Yes, it's okay. Yeah, of course, you're getting married to Prince Charming. But in marriage, it's a big lie. In marriage, it's real. Daydreaming zimeisha, it's real. Like you're facing your partner face to face and you're you. It's a real person. And that person can never be perfect. The same way you as a partner is not perfect. It's the same way your partner will never be perfect in marriage. So marriage is a partnership of real people who have flaws and imperfections. So even your dreamland, you're dreaming that I'm going to get married to Prince Charming. I'm going to get married to a queen from I don't know which kingdom. Let me tell you, that will not service in marriage. Just know that when you get in marriage, you are getting married to a real person and they have their challenges. And you have to go through these challenges together as a couple. I don't know if there's something I have not said. Let me check. Don't set unrealistic expectations in marriage. You know, sometimes we lie to ourselves that I'm going to get married and my partner is going to get me a Rolls Royce. This your partner doesn't even have a bicycle. But in your wild dream, my partner is going to get me a Rolls Royce. From where, my sister? From where? Already, as it is, as things are, he doesn't even have a tuk-tuk, a bicycle, a boda. And you expect this person, this man. That's why most men get stressed and fatigue in marriage. Because most of us women, this mostly applies to women. Some aspects are women, as some aspects are men. Some of us women, we have very high, unrealistic. That is what, as I was putting my notes down, I said unrealistic expectations. You think so big. You think you yourself cannot do it. Thank you for waiting. As a mother, there are a lot of things that come up with children, and I had to sort one before I came back. Thank you for waiting. As I was saying, don't set unrealistic expectations in marriage. Most times we set very unrealistic expectation in marriage that the other partner cannot be able to deliver. And you find out that in marriage, most partners are just enduring marriage because kids are involved. Most people are enduring marriage because there's nothing that they can do. Please, if you cannot be able to do that thing for yourself, don't force another person to do that thing for you. Please, let's be humans. Don't stretch somebody in marriage so much that they end up getting stressed, depressed, all in the name of marriage. If that person cannot be able to do it for you, do it for yourself. As a close to this live video, be ready to navigate life changes. Major life changes such as parenthood, children coming in marriage. That is a major change in life. Career shifts, relocation, sickness can impact a marriage. This requires adaptation. Be ready to adapt in marriage. There are some things, some very big things that can come in marriage. And we have to be ready to adapt to the changes in marriage. Don't say, because this person is doing this major change in their life, I'm out of this marriage. No. Be flexible, be ready to adapt to changes in marriage, because many things will be coming in as marriage is ongoing. So thank you so much, my valued viewer, for joining me today on a Wednesday evening for this live video. I really had a lot of fun interacting with you on the chat session. Thank you so much for even liking this video. Thank you for dropping comments on this video. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you are in this institution called marriage, as we have discussed, there are very many ups and downs. There are very many things that people don't know when they're getting into marriage. But today we have been able to know, to get a glimpse of those things that you might be getting into marriage without knowing. And we've learned that we should be able to adapt. We should be able to be ready to evolve, to grow in marriage. We should be able to be in partnership in marriage. We have learned a lot of things on this video today. Thank you so much. See you on my live video. Bye. And if you have not liked this video, please remember to like. I will appreciate. See you on my next live. Bye.